sound engineer is Rob Richards. Transcripts, podcasts, audio, and video are available at amomentintime.com.
8:54 Thursday morning here on KSJE, and it is time to do what we do on Thursdays at this time, and that is checking in with Wally D from Wally D Sports. But he's not here in the studio with me this week. We are joining up with him because he's on the road in Albuquerque. Wally, good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
It looks like you're in the mobile radio studio.
I am in the mobile radio studio. I'm actually should be in the pit this morning, but as you can see, I'm not. So we're having to. I guess what you'd say, punt and do something different. This is
in reaction to the New Mexico Activities Association and the state basketball tournament, which is why you're in Albuquerque. But they have closed the pit to all spectators and media during the basketball tournament, right?
Yes, they have. It's kind of a surprise. We thought maybe media would get in, but no, they closed it. They're only allowing like 100 people in, which is, you got 20 from each team, and then you have all the other staff that the NMA has, and so it's only supposed to be like 100 people in per game.
Wow. And so obviously that is going to impact your coverage. I know the NMA is still streaming the games. Is that something that you can kind of tap into then for your audience?
Well, what we're actually gonna try to do, we're headed to the New Mexico Broadcasters Association right now, and we're gonna try to broadcast the games off of video.
Okay, gotcha. And so that's one way to do it, perhaps, right? So there you go.
It is, and I've watched the video. I have the subscription from the NFHS network, and and so it should be pretty easy to do, because I know there's a lot of people at home that, they either can't watch it on the internet and they're in their vehicles or they're at work. And so we're still going to do whatever we can to bring the games. We've got a couple of teams playing this morning, first thing right off the bat.
Right, right. So let's talk about the teams, though, because they're still competing and they still deserve some coverage as they fight to bring home a blue trophy. And so some of the local teams, as you mentioned, doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Piedra Vista doing really well. They won their quarterfinal game on Tuesday night, and so to this morning at 9:45. I believe I'm kind of in a shuffle. This is kind of a new thing for me, so I'm trying to think who they're playing this morning. But anyway, it just goes beside me.
PB girls are advancing.
Yeah, so they play in the semifinals today, and as I said, that game's coming up at 9:45.
Okay, all right, very good. Anybody else that we should be watching as well from the tournaments?
And then immediately after that, the Kirtland Central Broncos, the girls team, is playing Highlands.
Okay.
And that also a semifinal game in the 4A, and Piedra Vista is playing Volcano Vista. I believe that's who it is. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. There you go. And so those are the two local teams that we should be watching, and as they move forward. Correct.
Yeah, they definitely so. And Navajo Prep Lady Eagles also play this morning. They're at another site. They're out at the Santa Ana Star Center. And they'll be playing there this morning, and they're looking really good. Really had a strong performance on Tuesday, and so we expect them, to go all the way to the championship game.
All right, and same rules apply, I would assume, at that other location though too. They are not allowing spectators in or media.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I imagine this is a first in your long and storied career, Wally D.
It is. It's kind of something that's different and unusual, but, we always try to come up with creative ideas to make things happen. I've dealt with a lot of things, nothing on this magnitude, but we always try to figure out a way to bring the game back to, the people at home that support the youth in our community.
Exactly. So again, the website and Facebook page is the best place for folks to go to kind of see where they might be able to see or hear these games.
Right. We'll have it posted on our agmsportsradio.net, and and they can find the games if we get them on the radio. Otherwise, then you can pay the subscription fee to it's NMHS I can't even think of that now. NFHS
That's it.
network.com.
Okay. And that's another way to do it. But again, I know you are just one of many local broadcasters from all over the state who are in Albuquerque planning to cover these things. And so now you're kind of, as you mentioned, meeting with the New Mexico broadcasters who can maybe advocate on your behalf to try to figure out a plan B.
Yeah, and I believe that, I know they advocated for us last night, because we do reach a lot of people in our communities, not just us, but there's other small communities, all around New Mexico that, the local fans are tuned into that. And it's just, it's kind of weird that, we got the door shut on us.
Exactly. Yeah, that is a little weird, but we can understand the concern as well, certainly. But
right.
Hopefully there's a way to get a compromise going. But anyway, good luck, Wally D. We will keep in tune with you, and we'll see what happens, I guess, okay?
Sounds good. We'll be talking to you again next week.
All right, very good. Thanks, Wally.
All right, thanks, Scott.
All right, you're welcome. That's Wally D Sports, my guest here on KSJE Farmington. And thank you for joining me, everyone. Appreciate you being here. It is coming up on 9 o'clock from KSJE Farmington, New Mexico, the information and cultural beacon of the Four Corners. Have a great Thursday, everyone. Back with you again tomorrow morning with guests from the Farmington Public Library. Tomorrow morning at 8.
On behalf of the New Mexico Department of Health, take COVID-19 precautions. Wash your hands frequently for 20 seconds. Don't touch your face. Use a tissue or your elbow to catch your sneeze or cough. Avoid large gatherings and close contact with sick people, especially if you are elderly or high risk. If you have a cough, fever, or shortness of breath, stay home from work or school. Do not go to the ER or doctor's office without first calling the coronavirus hotline. And avoid all unnecessary out-of-state travel. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19.